What is up, guys? Welcome to the Star Wars Stuff. In this video, we're going to discuss why Rian Johnson cut Finn out of so many scenes in The Last Jedi. But before we get into that, be sure to rate, like, comment, subscribe if you're new here to stay tuned on tons and tons of Star Wars content. So, getting into this new information. So basically, if you have seen the deleted scenes for Star Wars The Last Jedi, you'll notice there's a lot of Finn deleted scenes. And it's not because they don't like Finn. The reasoning was, and I'll read you the quotes in a second, but I'll give you the gist of it right now. When they were sitting in the cutting room and trying to make everything smoothly kind of flow, a lot of the Finn scenes were just unneeded transitions, basically, is what it comes down to. But let me say what Rian Johnson says to give you a little bit more clarification on that. So he says a lot of Finn scenes that were cut are connective material. For instance, there's a scene where he's on the ship and BB-8 comes in and shows him, basically BB-8 shows him a recording he made at Rey saying goodbye to him. That's when he decides, oh my god, I'm going to go save Rey. In a scene like that, it was totally lovely, but once we realized that we could take it out and the audience would know he's holding Rey's beacon and oh, he's going to save her, and they would make that leap, suddenly you can't justify the scene being there. So this is something that happens often when you're making film and TV, and especially in advertising. When you're trying to cut every unnecessary piece out of a film to make it, you only want to keep what tells the audience what they need to know. And oftentimes really cool scenes get cut because they just don't serve a purpose, and that's what happened here with a lot of Finn scenes, this one in particular. But he gave more quotes. He said, I think as opposed to Rey, where somebody like Rey had longer sequences on the island that were with Luke, with Finn, because he was a little more plotty in terms of it, there were more scenes like that where we were like, oh, we can do without this, we can do without that, and have his character arc still hold up. So now, Finn is a really, really cool character, I feel. I think that the whole idea of a stormtrooper that kind of forsakes the First Order path and comes and joins the good guys' side, that's a cool idea. I mean, it's an awesome character concept. And I think that he's also he did come into his own a lot. Oh Christ, some freaking coyotes, or is that a siren? Jeez. Oh, it's a siren. Yeah, okay, so back on track here. Finn, he's come into his own a lot, because you remember in Force Awakens when he was literally running away to become, and then again in The Last Jedi, he also wanted to basically leave the fleet to go and save Rey. His motivation has kind of been Rey all along, but then at the very end of The Last Jedi, we see he's willing to take one for the team and literally kill himself to save all the rebels. So that's kind of that's kind of just signifying his commitment to this resistance cause. So I think that and he obviously was able to defeat Phasma. And if you haven't seen the deleted scenes yet, I highly recommend you do, because there are some really good Finn content in there that just couldn't make it into the final cut of the movie. But that's my thoughts on it, guys. I'm not sure where I stand on this, to be honest with you. It's hard to tell unless you see the scene within the film, but I get what they're coming from. They're basically saying that they had to cut something to get it downtime, and the Finn scenes kind of were not serving a purpose, the ones that they cut at least. But you guys let me know what you think. If you've seen the deleted scenes, I definitely want to hear what you have to say about all this. I think Finn's an awesome character, and I hope he gets a lot of attention in the next Star Wars movie. But be sure to rate, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for tons and tons of Star Wars content. Have an awesome day, guys.